I've woken up this morning and it's definitely icy here in Neath, South Wales, but no snow yet. Yes, it's definitely cold here in Neath, South Wales. I think the temperature at the moment is about -2. It's the 20th of November 2024. And look at my poor John Phillips. I'm not worried though. It will bounce back once the day warms up. But it's not looking too good at the moment. I think it's only going to be 1 or 2 days that are frozen. So I'm not really too fussed about the garden. There's a lot of things that I haven't done yet. And a lot of these plants are frozen right through at the moment. Especially all the euphorbias. But as I said, I'm not worried. This has been through colder weather than this, and it's come through fine the other side. It does look beautiful though when it's completely frozen through. This is a smaller euphorbia, and this one has also been through quite a few freezes. And the Fatsia japonica, I might lose the growth at the top that's just come through, but all in all, it'll do okay. These are very hardy plants. I did come out and pop a lot of fleece into the top of the tree fern last night, so I haven't taken this off yet, but when the day does warm up, I will remove the fleece. I still haven't got round to chopping back the bananas, and I will do that when I get a little bit more time. They'll be okay though for the moment. They're alright for 1 or 2 nights. The garden wasn't looking as bad as what I was expecting. But as I said, it's only going to be for a few nights, and then the weather does look to be warming up. This was the tetrapanax going back last weekend. Looking absolutely wonderful. The leaves are huge. And I came out this morning and it did look a little bit different. Look at this. I probably will lose the leaves throughout the winter, but hopefully the height will remain and I'll have another plant next year that's hopefully twice as big as this. Once I finished work, I rushed out to B&Q as I needed another bag of compost because I've got a few things to be getting on with, and one of them being I needed compost so that I could split and divide my colocasia. They did have quite a bit of colourful plants here, and I was tempted, but I really don't need any more plants. But I did like these here. A pack of plants for only £10. What a bargain, but I didn't buy them. More cold weather forecast for tonight, so we'll have to come out tomorrow and see how the garden is looking. So anyway, back home into the garden, and today is Thursday. It's my day off on a Thursday, so I tend to spend most of that time pottering about in the garden and getting as much done as I can. So let's make a start on what I've got to do today on my list. I think the bananas could definitely do with some protection today, as all of the cold weather and the frosts has caused them to blacken off, and there's no going back really from this. So time to get the fleece out and get them protected. So I've got the fleece now that I'm going to use. And what I'm trying to do is just to wrap the whole of the stem to make things a little bit easier. I'll just trim back some of this persicaria from around the base of the bananas, just so that I can get in there with the fleece. I bought my fleece from the range. It's not really the best quality, but let's hope it'll get this job done. I have on previous occasions, on the first year, not wrapped up the banana, and I did lose all of the growth down to the ground. But they are root hardy, so they will come back for you if you do decide not to wrap them and you do lose it. I was quite surprised actually at how it came back the following year. I'll just wrap this up now. I've got a pair of scissors and some string, and the idea is just to put layers of fleece on, just to give it a little bit of protection. I'll give that a little tie, and I'll put one around the base as well, just to make it easier, so I'm not playing with loads and loads of fleece. And then I think we'll put on another layer. This is the oldest banana in the garden, this one. So I think now this one's on its third year maybe. So here's the first one completed now, and I've just covered it all with some fleece and tied it with string, and on the top just covered it over with a yogurt pot, and at the base I've just cut up all the old leaves and just piled them all around the base to try and protect it a little bit, and hopefully this will work. Right, so looking down the garden now, you can see that I have finished sorting out my bananas. I've put some pots on the top and some loose plastic bags over the others just to protect them from the rain. And hopefully this will be enough now to keep them going throughout the winter months. These 2 bananas are also done now for the winter. And I will say I've never been as cold as I was today doing this job in the garden. So looking now inside the greenhouse, this is the colocasia pink china. I dug it up from the ground. I won't have time now to do this today, so this will have to wait now until the weekend, but I am going to split it. There's a few plants in there that I can use. And my cannas, as you can see, have been dug up and potted, and these I will leave in the tray now and just let completely dry out and wait until next spring when they start to shoot again, and I can decide where I'm going to put them inside the garden. Well, I think that's as much as I can get on with for today. So I'll come back out here on the weekend now, probably Saturday. I've got a day off and I will do my colocasia then. But it's getting a little bit cold now. I'm going in for a cup of coffee.